In this segment of the optional content, we're going to see how we can customize MS Project tables and views. Tables are spreadsheet-like presentations of data. As we've already seen, Project contains many predefined tables we can apply in views. For example, when we started building our plan in the Gantt chart view, the data to the left of the Gantt chart was from the entry table. Before we can look at customizations, we need to do some setup tasks found on the next 3 slides. Before we get started, if you are working in an environment including project server access, you want to be sure you do not publish your work in the optional content. Following the steps on this slide will make sure you are disconnected from project server while working on this content. Pause here if necessary and work on making the change before proceeding. Publishing files from this content could impact your regular projects as we are going to change some settings. Whenever you are connected to project server, just avoid opening and editing the files of this content and you will be safe. Before we customize tables and views, follow the instructions on this slide to make sure the custom definitions are local to this plan only. Now we can safely create a new custom table or view. Note that if you are watching the optional content in order, you clear this option in the segment on custom groups and filters. When you are completed with this segment, you may want to turn it back on so that future work will be published globally. To start our review of custom tables and views, download a new project plan. Save it locally on your computer and be sure to open it in MS Project 2013 Professional and not in the browser performing the download. A project table is a lot like a spreadsheet. It is organized in rows and columns, and the intersection of rows and columns are referred to as cells. Each column represents a field, predefined, including custom fields, in Project. Each row represents a task, resource, or assignment, depending on the view. Project also contains predefined tables that can be applied in views. These tables can be modified or new tables created to contain only the data we want. This allows us to create data for special reports and other documents that may not correspond exactly to the project table or view. There are many generic predefined fields which can be customized. Using these fields allows us to quickly create a custom field. Normally, these fields have no impact on scheduling and some other computations unless additional customizations or configurations are performed. They are mainly to store information. A quick way to add a custom field to a table is to use the Add New Column, normally found as the rightmost column of tables. You can select a generic field, then label it as you wish. You can drag and drop it into the column position you want it in for the table, and enter your data into the cells of the field. Let's imagine we want to create a table to display more information about editorial tasks in the book launch project plan. In particular, the plan already contains a customized text field, text 9, to hold information about the editorial focus for each editorial task. We want to create a custom table, similar to the entry table, to display the data. Start from the Gantt chart view and follow these steps to create the editorial table. The instructions continue on the next slide. The editorial focus column was already added to the plan for you. Insert it into the editorial table and make the width 20 characters. When you click OK, you should see the editorial table on the list of tables. When you click Apply, you will see the new table on the screen. This is how the editorial table should appear on screen. If you want to go back to another table, such as the Entry table, simply go to the View tab, Data Group, and select the table you want from the list of tables. Note on your screen you will see Task Sheet on the left-hand side. This is because you are using the Task Sheet view to display this custom table. If you select the Entry table, it will still say Task Sheet on the left-hand side. Almost all the work in Project occurs in a view. A view can contain tables, groups, and filters, just to name a few elements. You can combine these with other elements, such as a graphical representation of tasks, in the chart portion of the Gantt chart view. Project already includes dozens of views that organize information for specific purposes. If these do not meet your needs, you can edit existing views or create your own view. In the next few slides, we're going to create a custom view that includes our new custom table and a custom filter already defined in the .pp file. The editorial schedule view will display information specific to editorial tasks in the plan. Before we create our view, we need to create a custom filter that we'll use to identify incomplete editing tasks. The first part of the filter selects all tasks that contain the word edit. The second row of the filter only shows those containing edit and do not have an actual finish date yet. NA or not applicable is how Project distinguishes fields that have not been assigned a value yet. The assumption is if the task does not have an actual finish date, it must not yet be done. Click Save and then apply the filter in the data group via the filter colon box. This is how the custom filter and the filtered results should look. When you have completed your review, clear the filters by selecting Clear Filter in the filter colon box. Now you are ready to create the custom view using this new custom filter and the custom table we created in the previous section on custom tables. We are going to create the editorial schedule view as a new view rather than modify an existing view. Follow the steps on this slide, then go to the next slide. Make sure the Show in Menu box is selected and click OK, then Apply. The new view is displayed when we click Apply. Note how Editorial Schedule view is displayed on the left-hand side, indicating the name of our custom view. In this schedule, we have not yet started any editorial tasks, so they are all incomplete and none are filtered. Look at the filter colon box in the data group of the View tab, and you will see the custom filter applied. If you want future custom filters, groups, tables, and views to appear in all future project plans, select the highlighted box so it is checked, then click OK. We have prevented the customizations of this exercise from being in other project plans. Thanks for viewing the optional content, Custom Tables and Views. This video is independent of the other content. Save your file if you want to review the changes in the future. However, it will not be used in future video content.